Shazam! No, I'm kidding. Hello, we are the geeks and degenerates, and today we are talking about another comic book thing after She-Hulk, which is DC's turn. It's Black Adam, and wow, I don't want to give away my thoughts right away, but yeah, with me always is John, and were you excited for this one?
To be honest, yes. I was very excited for this one because I was like, oh shit, I wanted to see Mr. Antihero pretty much kick ass and beat up some superhumans.
Yeah.
Or metahumans is what they call them. And, like, it's The Rock. We've been waiting for it for 8 years. As you said, it's like, the news came out like 2014.
Yeah.
And we're like, wow, The Rock is Black Adam and it fits him so well. I mean, he doesn't have that hella widow speak, but
yeah,
like, he looks great. It's just that, my God, going into this movie, I should have seen it coming. Like, we got the Snyder Cut, that was cool. We got BVS, that was also kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we've been on a streak with the recent Wonder Woman.
You know what? I've never seen that.
1985 or 84?
I don't know. I heard such terrible things. I was like, I'd rather not spoil the first one for myself.
It was and then we got Aquaman, and in my opinion, it was
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I need to reevaluate it. But yeah,
it was and we also like it's very
Shazam.
Shazam was also
Yeah,
and I was like, this was my saving grace. Like Black Adam, this is it. They got so much material. This guy has probably a lot of depth. I don't know anything about Black Adam, by the way.
yeah.
But
I've read a couple things about. Am I pointing the right one? Yes, I am.
Yeah, but like you would think that a guy who's an anti-hero and has to pretty much rule a country, deal with the Justice League and the Justice Society,
Yeah.
that this guy would have a lot of depth. It was
Kind of does.
it does have a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. But it falls under the category as well. I would say it's a little bit above Aquaman. I enjoyed this more than Aquaman, in my opinion.
Again, I need to reevaluate, but I kind of remember Aquaman more. For myself, I was excited because like the news came out at the height of when I was reading comics. Like I just picked up, what was it called? Forever Evil, and like that centers about the villains taking over the Justice League because the Justice League is incapacitated. So I'm like, Black Adam's pretty cool, and then. I hear The Rock's gonna be him. I was like, that makes all the sense in the world. I can't wait to see the movie. I graduate high school and then I graduate college, and that's how long I waited.
I mean, this was at the height of like Fast Five, so we're like, The Rock. Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing well for an action star.
Yeah, and the fact that he never dropped out after all the chaos of DC, you have to commend him for that. Like, at least you never gave up hope on your vision or like your commitment to the role. But yeah, I came out going like that was fine. Like the only really good DC movie to come out between BVS and this is probably the Suicide Squad. Of course, Zack Snyder's Justice League as well.
Yeah. I forgot Suicide Squad was really good.
Yeah. But getting into it, we start with a voiceover of some kid named Haruk and Kandak. And he is ordered by the king, this cruel king, to dig for Eternium that makes him live for an eternity, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess Kandak, it's not a real place, right?
No. It's like
it's
Latveria.
like Egypt. Or like, okay, Latveria. Right.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like, a made-up country. But yeah, it is like Egypt-ish.
Yeah.
But the kid doesn't want to be in servitude for the king because he's a cruel guy. And he decides to rise up, and you see him do this symbol. I've never seen it in the comics, so I don't know if that's a thing.
I've seen it in Naruto.
And then his father does say, like, let someone else be a hero. You see what becomes of heroes. They end up in the grave. And then we cut to present day, and you're all like, maybe the kid does become champion. But if you read the comics, you're like, no, it's Black Adam.
Yeah, like, we know that Black Adam is an older guy. He's not like Shazam, where it's a kid and then he becomes a bigger, older man.
Yeah.
No, we know that he is just man and then became God.
Yeah, we know the sun doesn't get the powers from the wizards. So again, if you're new to this, you're like, that's an interesting story. But if you read the source material, you're like, yeah, they're kind of playing with us. And then got to present day in Kandak, and you meet up with these, I would say, archaeologists or like treasure hunters, tomb raiders.
I would say Tomb Raiders because they weren't trying to get something for a museum. They were trying to get something so these mercenaries who have taken over Kandar
Yeah,
don't get their hands on it.
yeah,
Because we've been hearing this story about this crown that has around, what, 7, 8, 12? How many demons?
I forgot. I wasn't even paying
Anyway,
attention to that.
there's a couple of demons in this crown
Yeah.
that if somebody wears it and possesses it, they are strong
Yeah,
and they can rule Kandar or the world or something like that.
something like that. And then we also meet Amon, who's the son of the main archaeologist or like mercenary. And then he reads comics. He is carrying comic books. I was like, so are they doing a Logan thing? Which is weird because like, do you have permission from Batman to be like, we can make stories about you, right?
Yeah. Those were the old days. It didn't happen like that. So many people died.
It's like, should we show him throwing boxes and cracking heads? No, probably not. But they go into Doom to get this crown, but they're betrayed by one of their friends because he brought in the occupying forces mercenary group, and then they try to take the crown.
And you could tell that like he looks kind of familiar.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it because you went to the bathroom when they just showed his face. He was like all like evil grin. He's like,
oh, he looked like the king.
yeah, he looked exactly like the king because and like one of the guys. I guess you missed it because again you went to the bathroom.
Yeah,
By the way, and so, we both watched this in the theaters, and Enzo comes back from the bathroom, and I see him. I waved towards him. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm over here," because he's looking for me. But there was another guy with glasses, like a row above me, and he was like, "Oh, that's him." He goes next to him, dude. I was like, "You never sat here before." And I tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, "Dude, I'm right here." He immediately gets up.
my bad, homie. No, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you kind of miss it because they threw this guy off. One of the guys who was like, "Hey, you have that necklace thing. Is that real?"
Yeah,
And he's kind of like sleazy. He's a friend of the brother, and then he gets thrown off the ridge, and he's dead. And then Amon, no, one of the guys was like, "Oh, what happened to our other friend?" And he's like, he's claustrophobic, so he went out to get some air." Evil smile. I'm like, okay.
yeah. And then the mercenary group surrounds them, and they force the woman, I forgot her name, to give the crown, and then she speaks the name Shazam, and that awakens Death Adam as he's known.
Yeah.
And it's a cool scene.
I love this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Every time Death Adam is on screen or Black Adam is on screen, shit's just badass because you don't know whether they will commit.
Yeah.
You don't know whether they would this guy start ripping fools apart, or would he just smack a dude, knock out a guy? Sure, they're probably dead, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
No. This guy throws another guy at another dude, and then all that's left is his detached arm. That's how hard he threw him.
Yeah, this movie was supposed to be R-rated, but they pushed the limit, I would say. Well, like
I wish they just stayed with it.
Yeah. Like they did push the limit. Like the first guy he executes, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, where he grabs him by the face and starts vaporizing him from the inside. I was like
Venom could never. I mean Venom, like the Tom Hardy Venom.
Yeah, and I was like, that is. I had hope.
Yeah.
When I saw the kid, I was like, please don't be like, don't let him be Death Adam. Don't let him be, Black Adam.
Right.
Just throw the story for a loop.
Yeah.
They stick to the source material, and Adam pretty much demolishes this mercenary group. These
Yeah, it's
people didn't have a
very
chance.
Man of Steel. Like when Feora goes through the soldiers, you're like, I remember this so well,
Mhm.
and it's like exactly like that. I guess why that's why The Rock is in charge, because he's like, I know what people like, and I don't
Yeah,
want to give what the fans want. I guess. But yeah, he gets
and
knocked.
he did have a moment of like Quicksilver, like once he got out of the tomb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was cool. And then he gets knocked out because he's injured, and we cut to I guess the JSA headquarters with Hawkman and Viola Davis once again being Amanda Waller. That's all. I saw that in the trailer. I was like, I kind of wish they didn't show that. Otherwise, I'd have been like, oh shit, I didn't know you were in this. That means it connects to the Snyderverse because she is part of the Snyderverse.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. I do like it that Hawkeye is, or sorry, not Hawkeye, Hawkman. Sorry, Hawkman is pretty much this by the books
Yeah.
kind of superhero. Like, this is right, this is wrong.
Which is
I get it.
strange. Like, your weapon's a mace, though. Like, how do you do
Yeah.
the whole, I don't care, like, you maimed them, though.
Yeah, and I like. Well, what is Hawkeye? Does he have like
Hawk-
super strength? He
Why
can
you keep calling
fly?
Hawkeye? Like, what?
Hawkman.
Birds,
Fuck's sake.
birds of the same feather flock
Hawkman.
together. Yeah, Hawkman. Yeah, he is by the book, and he's pretty cool. He's played by Aldous Hodge. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but he's pretty good as Hawkman.
Yeah, correct us in the comments below. We are horrible with names.
And then Amanda Wallace like, do you have a team? And then he starts out loud, he's like, I have Cyclone and Atom Smasher. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. You have something bigger guns? It's like, yeah, I have
Yeah.
Dr. Fate.
I love this. Dr. Fate is so
Yeah.
cool. I love Pierce Brosnan
Yeah.
taking the role of Dr. Fate, where he is just this guy who just can't die,
Yeah.
and now he just sees the future. It's more of a curse to him than blessing,
Yeah.
where he's just enjoying a car ride and he just has a flash
Yeah.
of his friend dying. I was like,
Yeah.
I love the casting for Dr. Fate.
Yeah, like I said before, like I can't believe Pierce Brosnan's in the comic book movie. More or less, he's fucking Dr. Fate. It's like, of all the fucking people he could have been, this is excellent.
Yeah, like this is probably the right choice. The voice, it matches. I was like,
Yeah.
that's sick. And I can't wait if they include Constantine. He's gonna be able to wear the helmet.
Yeah, yeah. And then they fly off in their X-Men like plane. I don't read much of the
Yeah,
DSA.
yeah. I love that shit. When you see, wait, who owned the mansion? Was that Hawkman's mansion?
I guess. Or just
I mean, his set of cars was sick. I saw McLaren. I
Yeah.
was like,
unless that's
or a
just
lot
like
of McLaren.
the JSA mansion in general.
yeah,
Yeah.
Xavier's mansion. Yes.
Yeah,
And then
minus-
has a jet.
Minus the basketball court hazard of like, teammate, why is the ground opening up? Ah!
Oh shit! The X-Men are being deployed. Fuck. But yeah, it's a cool scene. We get introduced to Cyclone. Fuck, she's cute. I couldn't get over it. She's so cute.
Yeah,
And Atom Smasher.
yeah. And then they fly off to conduct. Meanwhile, Black Adam wakes up, and then he's in this guy's kid's room, who's very much an admirer of superheroes: Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, everyone. The works.
Okay, look, I get it. You kind of have to have this, like, window or like shoes that we could fill, or our sorry, how do you say? Our eyes through this world.
Yeah, the
Like
audience.
with
eyes.
with this kid.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's supposed to be us. We're like, what? Black Adam. We've been waiting for you for 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like.
I'm sorry. This kid probably is a good actor, and he has more potential. It's just I didn't like how he was done here.
Yeah, like I don't get why couldn't the mercenaries be like, we found the tomb. What does it say? Shazam! Oh shit! What have we done?
Yeah, it could have just been a grown-up story where this girl is trying her best to get this crown to keep it away from the mercenaries, and she unlocks Black Adam. Excuse me. And no, we get this father-son bonding as not really. It wasn't hammered to death, kind of, but this kid was there too much to the point where like if he wasn't here, this movie would have been the exact same thing.
Yeah. Um, and then what else next?
And
Yeah.
like the kid's doing a John Connor thing where
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, this is how you do a catchphrase."
Weird.
All I was missing was like, "Hasta la vista, baby." I was like,
Yeah, but Black Adam protects the family, and then he does the Clint Eastwood thing, where he saw the good, bad, and the ugly, and he mimics it when he faces off against the mercenary group. I'm like, that's pretty sick,
"That was sick," but I don't know what's the tension for.
right?
Because I know he's bulletproof.
Right? It's like
I was
Superman, like doing his laser
yeah,
vision.
yeah, but he's like, "Oh, the mercenary's going for his gun.
Yeah,
What would happen if he gets to his gun? Nothing."
right?
So I don't get this standoff shit.
Yeah,
Just to show that Black Adam can pull off a gunslinger scene. It I don't know. It's just a wasted scene in my opinion. Cool, but it's such a wasted scene.
right.
You could have had the kid there, or the mom, and they could have been aiming for them,
Hmm.
and then he could have done the gunslinger. No, they were like, "Oh, we're up against this guy who's bullet resistant. I'll go for my Glock." Okay.
Yeah. No, the first guy he hit that he gets hit with a baton just gets sent to the sun. Or like that's funny.
Hmm. And I feel like I don't know if he was tossed or punched. Well, I guess he was tossed because he was screaming. Because if
Yeah.
he was punched, it would
His-
just been a head.
Right? But yeah, the JSA catch Black Adam mid murder because he's about to drop two guards. They're like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
Yeah, I love it that Black Adam just fucking destroys.
Yeah.
Also, did you notice we didn't get the jet scene?
Right.
You remember when he does that Iron Man thing where there's these two jets, he's in the middle, and then he just says "fuck you" to one of them?
Yeah.
We never got that.
Yeah, they lied to us. Like I was waiting for that too. Like when the bike scene that's coming out, I was like, "Is this it?" No. Okay.
Oh, I hate the bikes. I don't like those.
Yeah,
So-
the GTA bikes. But yeah, before that, he does fight with the JSA first with Hawkman, which is pretty sick because Hawkman doesn't back down. Neither does Black Adam, and like they're somewhat equally matched. But you're like, God forbid you ever go against Superman, Hawkman,
Hmm.
because you're gonna get your
Eh.
ass whooped.
And yes, Doctor Fate is pretty much Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I will say Doctor Fate is way stronger. Um, but yeah, we do see Doctor Fate do his thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, I love that, and I like it that Doctor Fate is more of a let's try diplomacy first,
Yeah.
then action. And
He's
cool.
like he's the Spock of this crew.
Yeah, he thinks,
Yeah.
and we've been seeing like a vision of Hawkman dying every time he gets a vision.
Yeah. Like every time you think Black Adam has met this match, he just breaks through with his rage. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. He is a
That
very
makes
powerful guy and very angry guy. And then like he knocks out Atom Smasher, and the people are like, yeah, our hero.
Yeah,
I didn't know why
like-
you laughed after that. You're like, are you good?
I love it that yeah, and they make a good point because again, how do you pronounce the name of the place? Kandak.
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 Yeah.
They've been pretty much oppressed by these mercenary groups who have been taking their resources for 20 something years. These superheroes come in and like, hey, yeah, we are the Justice Society and we do our best to, we're the ones who keep the law.
Yeah. It's like, where the
we are
fuck were
good
you though?
guys. Yeah, exactly. And that gives the question, well, where the fuck were you the whole time we've been occupied by these assholes?
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that. I was like, yeah, you can't really hold yourself to a title when you pretty much left this in the dirt when the actual hero comes in
Yeah.
and he's starting to help us and you're like, no, he's a threat.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I do like it when Atom Smasher knocks down the statue. Hawkman's like, me and you, we're gonna do something. That never pairs off though. We're like, what happens?
Yeah, it's just a running joke. Like, Adam Smasher here is the nephew of the actual Adam Smasher,
Yeah.
which is just Hank Pym passing it down to
Scott Lang.
whatever, Scott Lang
Yeah.
kind of trope. I don't know if this is done before that. It was-
I don't really know the Atom Smasher, so I really don't know.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, And like Adam Smasher is supposed to be the comedic relief. He's the funny guy. He's the fuck up. He's the rookie.
Yeah.
And yeah, he keeps messing up Hawkman,
Yeah.
and they keep saying you and me later on the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it never happens.
Yeah. You're like, where's the punchline then?
Yeah, they keep setting up this joke that has no punchline. And I was like,
Yeah.
why you keep showing it to us then? Like, the fuck?
Yeah. It's like just cuts to him like just giving the guy an earful in the ship. Like, alright, that's the punchline. Okay, but it never showed her like that. This is such a strange setup for nothing.
Right. But yeah.
Yeah.
They set up a lot of shit that never has a payoff.
Yeah, and then the mom is like, "Why don't we try diplomacy?" And then the JSA is like, "Black Adam, we've come for your peaceful surrender." He's like, "I don't surrender, and I'm not peaceful."
I love that. I like Rock as Black Adam. He's cool.
Yeah, he's
like,
so good.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
And then when Hawkman like insists, he's like, "How about I rip your little wings off?" I was like, "I like to see you try." And then the mom's like,
I was like,
"I said diplomacy, you idiots."
Oh yeah. Here's another thing. They're again. They have this like whole. My head's so far up my ass. I'm Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, we could end this by just talking, but they're like, no, let's fucking fight and cause everybody else damage.
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't sound like the Justice League.
Well, that's their JSA. I don't read that much JSA, so I don't really know. I do know.
Yeah, but I'm getting pissed off with Hawkman here. But
Yeah.
like, dude, you could end this by just talking. Why do you want to fucking fight, you piece of shit? You're supposed to be the reasonable one.
I do know they're like the non-violent version of the Suicide Squad for Amanda Waller. Like, they should work first. If they don't work, then I'll send in Task Force X to do the dirty. Like, I think that's how it's worked.
I feel like they would have resolved it if they just sent Task Force X.
Then again, I'm like, you killed too. All right.
I guess.
But yeah, like I think Green Arrow is supposed to be part of this, but that's another story.
Oh, by the way, out of nowhere, the mom like Hawkman. I guess he gave her the whole exposition on the way towards the temple.
Yeah.
But he pretty much said like, oh, he's actually a threat more than a hero. He actually destroyed Conduct instead of like fight the king.
Yeah.
The king never got to his crown.
Yeah.
Black Adam pretty much killed him.
Yeah, but before that, the son's in trouble from the friend who shoots her brother for the crown, and then he calls his mom that the mercenaries group is after him, and then she asks Black Adam to go and rescue the son, and he does, but it's too late because he is already rescued by the guy on the motorcycle. But before that, or like when Black Adam's looking for him, like he does the capture, he's like, tell them the man in black sends you, and the guy gets hit by a truck before he can finish. Like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I do love it too that the brother of the girl who got shot in the gut.
Yeah.
He's like, "Am I gonna die, doc?" And he's talking to Dr. Fate. He was like, "I'm not that kind of doctor." But no, this is not how I see you dying. Just stay away from electricity. But the brother's an electrician. I like that. That's a good joke. That was funny.
Yeah. Also, like after like he kills the last biker, Dr. Fate's like, "Have you found the child?" And he's like, "Not yet. Bring the last biker to me. I'll break his mind." And Black Adam's like, "What?"
And he already tossed the guy.
Oh yeah, and he's like,
and then Dr. Fate came in and was like, "Bring me the guy. I could bring him for questioning."
yeah,
And then he was like, and then you see a body fall at the back. And I'm like, oh.
he didn't make
Again,
it.
I do, yeah, he doesn't make it. I do love it when you see Black Adam grab a dude,
Yeah.
toss him to a fast moving object,
Yeah.
and that dude just being spaghetti sauce and the next.
Yeah, like again, like it's just a shame they never committed this way with Venom. You're like, if only.
Yeah.
But that's neither here or there. But yeah, they go back and Black Adam gets two more guys and he takes them to the sky, even though Hawkman's like, no killing. And he's like,
Okay.
I won't kill them. I'll just take them way up and drop them. But I know you'll fetch them for me.
Yeah. It's like, technically, I didn't kill him, man. We got the answers. And Dr. Fate's like, I can't argue with that. He's technically right.
Hawkman is just like, but heroes don't kill. And Black Adam's like, I do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Again, there's no conflicting idealism
yeah.
here. There's no moral,
Maybe
like,
I do want to be a hero. Like, no, there's none of that.
yeah, it's not like, oh, I am a hero. Like, oh, I don't kill, or I don't technically, like, that's my first option.
Yeah,
No, his option is to kill.
yeah,
And he stands by it.
yeah. He's like, you
That's what I
call
like.
yourself a hero, even though you would let these criminals go free. How do
Yeah,
you, how
he
are you a
stands by it.
hero? Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't have any conflicting like ideals or moral shit that he has. Like, oh, I'm a hero. I don't kill anybody. When he just wasted so much people in the background. I'm like,
yeah,
nothing like that. That's what I like about this.
yeah. And then the second fight between him and Hawkman is way more one-sided. Like, again, God forbid you go up against anyone like Black Adam again, like especially Superman, because you're gonna get destroyed.
Mhm.
And then that fight, Doctor Fate is like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna watch. I'm too old for
And
this shit.
I feel like Doctor Fate could have done more
Yeah,
in the mystical arts besides Shadow Clone Jutsu
yeah,
and dropping large mystical diamond on people.
yeah, yeah. But it's in that fight they discovered that Amon hid the crown in his closet or like one of his drawers, and then they
Mm.
take it to be examined. But the mom's like, no, we must rescue my son. I'm like, why is everybody being like, sure? There's no like pushback from Black Adam. It's like, I don't care about your son. Never have, never will. Or Hawkman's like, not like, no, we have the JSA. We have bigger issues than your son. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I Again, I don't like this whole fight family dynamic that they're having here.
Yeah,
Again, the guy could just have the crown. That could have been it.
yeah,
No, we have this kid. I guess this is not that bad of a motivation.
yeah.
Not that horrible.
And
But yeah, they go over Black Adam. They're like, oh, we come in all sneaky like,
yeah,
and that's how we take it out. Not Black Adam's gone.
guns
He's
are
already-
blazing.
Yeah, he's already pretty much destroying everything.
Yeah,
I will say, cool music, but oddly, it's very jarring.
yeah.
Like the music that they use is very jarring.
Like, why don't you just use the Black Adam theme? I kind of like that more.
Yeah.
Like that song would have been better if it was used for like the third act when he comes back. Like that would have made more sense. But here, just like, oh, all right, if you want to use that
No,
music, that's fine.
I don't feel like it would have matched either. If it was third
Really?
act.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he confronts the guy. This is how forgettable he is. I can't even remember his name for the life of me. But I do like when both Doctor Fate and Hawkman is like, no, we shouldn't do this. He's like, you know what? This is not your son, and this is not your country. So stay out of this.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, at that point, I was like,
Yeah, like
it is her choice. Yeah, we kind of get it.
yeah,
Because he is. Okay, I'm kind of spoiling it a bit. He is also a dad.
yeah.
So he gets that feeling of like, oh, I would give it up as well if it was for my kid.
yeah, but in the process of saving Ammon, he kills all the mercenaries, including the main guy, and injures Ammon. He feels guilty, and then the guy said something like, "Oh, when Haruk died, you cried like a kid." And then Hawkman confronts him in his throne room. He's like, "Who's Haruk?" And then he tells him the story that, "Oh, my son did get the powers, but the king wanted vengeance, so he killed my wife and tried to kill me. But my son gave up his powers to save me. But in return, he died from the king's assassins, and that's what enraged me and made me become born of rage."
And him showing us that and showing us the start of the film where he pretty much blows up the palace
Yeah.
with the king.
Him walking into the throne room, like that's pretty sick. I like that Black Adam imagery. I do like it. I forgot to mention, like, The Rock was offered muscle padding, and he's like, I'm not going to do that.
Now, for me, if I was The Rock, I'm in like, excuse me? How dare you? The man's already like 95% muscle.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the actual percentage, but like the man's just muscle.
yeah.
And I do love the fact that we find out that the statue that we see this whole movie
Yeah,
is not The Rock. It's his son.
yeah,
That was the actual hero, not 10th Adam.
yeah. Also, like the faded design too. Like that's cool. Like he never, recharge. Not until that point. But yeah,
Mm.
like the statue, you find out it's his son, and then he's like, I'm not a hero. I can't do anything good. So I will surrender you. Shazam! And he transforms
Yeah.
back into. It's amazing how they make The Rock look so skinny and frail. Like, alright.
It's not that bad. I
Yeah,
gotta say. Like they did a Captain America thing
yeah,
where they
Chris
got
Evans.
somebody skinnier and not that skinny, but like skinnier because you know how The Rock looks by default,
Yeah,
and just put his face
yeah.
on it.
Like,
And they use a lot of like, oh, it's probably the afternoon or like sunset, so there's a bit of shadow, so they can hide it a bit.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god, it's like uh, before 2005 Rock, when he is a bit less buff, if you can believe that. I don't know.
I would say this is like 14-year-old Rock.
Right. Uh,
Like he was kind of that built already from the start.
I mean, makes sense. He comes from a wrestling family, but yeah, he's taken to a black side Task Force X prison where you meet the Jennifer Holland from Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. I did do
Yeah.
the research. I'm like, holy shit, it's her! Yay!
Good for her. She got promoted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
After the whole, that makes sense after the ending of Peacemaker too. But yeah, they imprison Black Adam, but like they find out that the crown says death is a path to life or something like that, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
it's the opposite. Why does he say death is a path to life? And then they're like, oh no, it's upside
Oh,
down.
yeah, because mirrors were the passageway to hell or something like that, or the
Yeah,
underworld. And reading it backwards is like, ooh. And since they killed the guy,
yeah,
the Black Adam killed the guy, he returns as a very generic evil demon man.
Sabak.
That,
All right,
what'd you call me?
Sabak, that's his name.
Uh,
And the visions of Doctor Fate still don't go away. So he's like, that's weird. We just imprisoned Black Adam. That means there's another catastrophe waiting. And it's Mr. Demon Guy. You're like, oh no, I thought we were past this already.
yeah, I love that quote though by Doctor Fate, where he's like, I might have lived like for 100+ years, but I'm still sentimental.
Yeah,
I don't want to see my friend like that. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
paraphrasing,
yeah,
but I was like, oh, that's actually sweet. I really like Doctor Fate here. I'm like, shit.
yeah. And then they confront Sabak and they're getting their asses handed to them. And he's approaching the temple. And then this is where Hawkman dies, supposedly. But Dr. Fate closes off the temple. He's like, no, I'll take it.
Yeah, he's biting bullets here. He's like, well, there's a third option,
Maybe.
and it's me.
I do like the quote
And
of like, for the first time in 100 years, I see I'm going past this point, and I see nothing, and it's
and
beautiful.
It's beautiful. And
Yeah.
I was like, ah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I really wish they kept Pierce Brosnan.
right.
Because, okay, sorry, kind of spoiled it here. He fights this very meh villain and dies.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's like, what do you call it? Telekinesis.
Telepathically communicating with Black Adam
Yeah.
while he's in prison, and he was like, "Look, while we were in prison, this guy woke up. We kind of need your help."
Yeah, and you are a hero. You are the champion of conduct.
Yeah, but your methods are different from ours. I like that.
Hmm.
That Doctor Fate kind of acknowledged that. Yes, our way of thinking of heroes is completely different from what he thought what heroes were.
Yeah,
And if that's how he wants to do his shit, and if it works, fine, just let him be.
yeah. Like though when he goes above water, I'm like, I don't think any human being can survive that long, hoping you reach the surface.
But I do like it that maybe through rage, she's like, fuck this, I'm gonna survive freezing cold Antarctica waters.
Sees his son and wife because he's about to die, but he says Shazam in time.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, Dr. Fate's already dead. Uh,
yeah.
and then
And, wait, how does he die again?
Dr. Fate?
What? Yeah, he gets stabbed.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
gets
Okay, here's
Thanos.
a stupid thing. So, Dr. Fate gets beaten enough to the point where his barrier weakens and
Yeah.
he starts to open up. And Hawkman was like, fuck, I forgot my powers, I gotta run up these steps. And I'm like, you could have flown and
Like-
saved it.
You have wings.
Yeah, you're probably the like three of you can fly. You, Dr. Fate, Hurricane Girl, Twister Girl, oh fuck, what's it?
Cyclone.
Fuck. Ipo. And like also, I don't like this. It's so odd that when they showed the Justice Society, they kind of like scrubbed Cyclone and
Atom Smasher.
Atom Smasher. They're like at the background. They're just
Like there's no
they're just
development, really.
there's no development. There's no depth within their characters. It's just Hawkman and Doctor Fate. That's it.
Like,
That's where
why
they're
did you send the two of them then? Well, why just
Yeah.
not Doctor Fate and Hawkman? Why do you have to send them? Like, I feel like let's send the rookies to do the most dangerous mission ever. Sure, Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I would have like, hey, can we get Aquaman since the fucking place is by the sea
Yeah.
or some body of water? And like,
We're just going back to the early Marvel phase problem. Like, really? Captain America's battling Hydra in Washington and Iron Man's not like, the fuck?
right? Like, oh, I'm gonna go over there because it'll only take me like a minute.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's so odd. Like, you could have gotten like Amanda Water. You could have like, hey, Aquaman or the Flash or probably not the Flash. Or hey, that guy that works for the military who's actually a green alien.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wonder Woman.
there's this thing that's kind of like Superman
Yeah.
that I think rookies shouldn't handle.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an odd
Yeah.
way of storytelling. Like, you know what? We have probably apocalyptic level threat. Let's send in the new kids. You know, let's test them out.
Right? It's like in First Class, if they sent them to fight Apocalypse, you're like, good thinking, Charles. Why not?
I mean, if they were the only hope, I get it.
Yeah, but like,
But in X-Men, they are. They're the only metahumans or
that they know of. Yeah, but
mutants that they know of. But with the DC universe, there are bigger guns.
I don't know, man. Hawkman fakes his death, which is predictable. Like, I feel like he's gonna faint this because when he gets down, I'm like, so it's either Doctor Fate is an idiot or he's faking it.
Or Hawkman just wasted Dr. Fate's sacrifice.
And they're both idiots then.
Yeah, they're both idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really hate the design of this character. It's so generic. Devil,
Yeah,
man.
we didn't even mention like the mom and son fighting PS1 skeletons. Like, the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god, I forgot about that scene where the kid like goes up to the crowd and is like, "Stand up," and like, you know, remember what we are. I'm like, it's not about you, you know.
I do like the more classic suit for Black Adam. Like, yeah, I remember reading those comics and seeing the brighter colors. Yes, filmmakers. And then the Black Adam that's a Kratos. He just splits the guy's head open. You're like, that's sweet. That's
No,
all
I
like-
do. I like it though.
Yeah.
Like he comes in and he pretty much beats the shit out of this devil guy.
Yeah.
I was like, like this guy had no chance. Sure, he saw Black Adam struggling a bit,
Yeah,
but y'all know he's gonna win.
yeah. And then the JSA is like, you know what? We'll just leave you be. Like, let's not fight anymore.
And
What did Adam Smasher say? Like, we make a good team. Black Adam's like, we make a great team. I forgot what he says next. He's like, and he's like, don't push it.
no, he was like, he was like trying to like, hey, you want to have like coffee or dinner or like like do you want to hang out or something like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, just fucking leave. I'm like, all right.
And then yeah, like, do you want to rule conduct? He's like, no, I want to be its protector.
That was sick. That was
Yeah.
a cool scene where he sits on the throne. I was like, ah,
Yeah.
he's committing. And then they're like, how does it feel? And he goes, wrong. And then smashes the throne. I was like,
Yeah.
respect. Respect.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then they're like, he's like, you know what? That Adam is out of date. And you're like, what do you call you then? And then
It's
cut
the
to
black.
Black
Then
Adam.
you see, yeah, the name. And then we get the credits. And then there's some after credits scene where Amanda Waller comes in and he's like, hey, he kind of gave me no other choice. And through Jom's idea, we finally brought in the big guns.
Yeah, it's like, there's no one on this planet that who's as powerful as me, or who's more than powerful. And she's like, I can call in a favor. And you're like,
Hey, he's not from this planet.
yeah. The thing explodes like Mission Impossible, and you see like something land. You're like, oh my.
With a cape, and we're like,
And then you hear a voice like, it's been a while since the world has been this nervous. And it's Henry Cavill as Superman with a brighter suit and the John Williams theme. We're like, holy fuck. And his
Yeah.
hair too, we're like, holy shit.
it's Superman.
Yeah.
And you see, like, Black Adam have a smile. I was like, I wanted to see that! Why can't you just put in the budget of the Justice League fighting Black Adam?
Yeah, he's like a Black Adam. We should
Yeah,
talk.
like, yeah. And I just wish they just committed to that. Like, yeah, you could have the Justice Society. You could have Dr. Fate and Hawkman and Atom Smasher and the Hurricane Girl. Whatever.
Again, you
Cyclone.
could have just thrown out the last villain and be like, Amanda Waller, this guy is no joke. We need a bigger gun, and just have the big gun come in.
Yeah, look, you didn't need a big bad guy. You didn't need, like, to show us that Black Adam has a side for good. No, you don't need to put that in.
Yeah.
You could have just made him a monumental threat who just chooses to stay.
Yeah.
And the Justice League or the Justice Society trying their best to be like, hey, we're the ones who's gonna beat you if you go out of control, and
Yeah.
they can't.
Yeah.
That would have been such a better story than this whole. Oh, rise up! Heroes are people who also don't have capes and superpowers. Shut the fuck up. It's okay. Look, again, the kid. If he wasn't in this movie would have not been any different.
Yeah. Like, I wish, like, there's a second of, like, just Superman and Black Adam just flying against each other and just clashing, just holding each other off.
Yeah, like you see from a distance conduct, and then you just see waves of impact.
Yeah.
Oh, these are gods fighting each other.
Like a second after credit scene of just like, this is not even Man of Steel anymore. This is like two gods understanding what they have to do. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just both of them trying to assert dominance. Just
Yeah.
like,
It is very nice to see Henry Cavill come back after 9 years. You're like, finally. Like, because I thought Jack Snyder's Justice League was like the end for him. Like, I guess we're never getting Henry Cavill again. Fuck.
yeah. No, but I don't know. It's just so odd.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Like,
Because this movie has like a 58% score on Rotten Tomatoes. I wanted to come in and be like, they're wrong. But I'm like, you know what? The score is kind of accurate.
the score is very accurate.
Yeah.
Like, again, the kid thing could have just not. I'm being redundant here.
Yeah.
Could have not existed.
And maybe that's why they
It-
didn't re-show it in the trailer. Because we've been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then they could have just gone with DC. Don't be afraid of going back to your adult way of storytelling. You don't need to appeal to the kids.
Yeah. Stop it, please.
You could have, yeah, you could have just given us this cool Black Adam, and the kids would have appreciated it nonetheless, because it's a superhero movie. You don't need to appeal to them and be like, I'm that kid. No, they want to be Black Adam.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the kid who's a normal person.
Yeah. Just have Superman come in the third act and kick ass, and you're like, that's my hero. Like, damn right.
Yeah, like the Justice Society couldn't do shit, so they
Yeah.
brought in Superman.
Yeah. Again, like, I guess we the audience, you know where we're heading with the scores. What's your score?
Man, it's an average movie. I would say it's, in my opinion, better than the Wonder Woman movie. And it is better than
The original?
Aquaman. No, the 19
Oh.
something.
But like, I was
Sorry,
also
no.
like I should
The
rewatch.
movie. That's gold. Like
Yeah.
that's up.
Yeah.
It's better than the Aquaman movie, in my opinion. But it's not better than the Suicide Squad movie.
Hmm.
But it is a fight. It is just average. The fights were cool. I like it that he committed to like tearing people up,
Yeah.
like literally, and being a ruthless god.
Yeah.
It's just the story and this side characters I don't really care. It's like Godzilla, where they're like, I want to see Godzilla fight shit. How about this family though? Isn't it interesting? We're looking at this family. No.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, I also give this a 5. Like, I do love The Rock as Black Adam. I think that is like superb casting, but like the story is just like a fucking mess. You're like, what are you going for? Why is the JSA here? Like, why include 4 members and not just 2? Huh? Why is it so overstuffed?
It's such a waste. I'm just saying that's not. It's such a waste. This could have brought people to DC and been like, oh shit, this is a renaissance. This is like them getting good.
Yeah.
No, it's the exact same thing as
Like-
the other movies,
Like, why were we good?
except for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, why were you taking 10 steps back with the whole overstuff and lame last minute CGI villain battle? Like, I thought we moved past this already. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting a beam to go across the sky to you're like, oh, it's back in 2012 again.
It did. There was a beam in the sky.
Yeah, the one from the demon guy. Fuck!
Yeah.
They didn't check some of the notes. Yeah. Black Panther, you better be fucking excellent, because I'm getting real tired. I'm not real tired, but I am getting that comic book fatigue right now.
I am getting that comic book fatigue.
Yeah.
Like The Rock did an amazing job, but this movie just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Black Adam? What anti-hero would you guys like to see have their own movie? Joker already has a movie. What am I talking
Yeah,
about?
Joker already has a movie.
Excellent.
Was.
But I only see like once every 12 months, even
Yeah.
that. Like I would like to see Lobo.
Lobo. That's sick.
Uh,
I don't know. Can we just get more Batman? Just him fighting his very well-depth villains.
yeah. I know Seb's dream is still that Deathstroke movie by the guy who made the
Yes.
Raid. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I hope that's still in production. But like going back to Superman for a bit, there have been updates like J.J. Abrams is making a Superman movie, and Henry Cavill is coming for another Superman project with Christopher McQuarrie. If you don't know who that is, he is the directors of the past few Mission Impossibles. He also wrote Top Gun Maverick, and like I think the pitch is Superman meets the Green Lantern Corps. That is not official news. I just hear the rumors, so that's just something to get
Please.
excited
I
about.
would love to see that.
Yeah, just make the Green Lantern Corps cool again. You know, I love them as characters. I mean, but other news is the Flash is apparently great. Cool.
I guess I'll separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, it was like if by the end a yellow hand goes through this Flash and it becomes the CW Flash, I wouldn't complain.
Same here.
Yeah, I think you know our thoughts on that situation. But yeah, that's been a video on Black Adam. What do you guys think? Do you think the critics are wrong, or are you with us? You're like, it's fine.
It's average.
Yeah. What do you think? All opinions are supported and respected, since this is about movies, and all movies opinions are subjective. So there's no wrong answers, even though we say it's fine to have a wrong opinion. That's all in jokes. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah, we're not serious. If you want to see more of us, please ring that bell icon, subscribe, and give us a like, and help our channel grow. We're at the hundreds now, which is insane. So yeah, thank you so much once again. If you want to see more of us elsewhere, we have a Facebook, TikTok, and Spotify under the same name. Facebook, you see us react to trailers, stream video games, and about our lives from time to time. TikTok for our best moments, and Spotify to hear us on the road, on the go. Individually, you can find me at Yendoffice1995 on IG and Twitter. How about you?
Oh, you can find me at Jom, GOM on Instagram. Sorry, GOM underscore on Instagram. It is my art account.
And yeah, that's all the time we have. We'll see you on the next one. Shazam!
Nah.
Oh, okay.